We've got a problem. We've got a problem. Yeah, I know a lot of you might have heard, a lot of you might have read or even seen it. Last night in a Champions League game, Real Madrid against Benfica. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like such behaviors go unpunished. That's why we find ourselves in situations like this time and time again. Vinicius Jr. was racially abused yesterday in the game against Benfica. Like, this has to be punished. This has to be punished. Because if you look at it, the amount of time that people get away with racially abusing people, and for them they know they got away with it and they keep on doing it. They keep on doing it. When is UEFA, when is FIFA gonna react to it? When can we have, if a player racially abused another player, we ban him for a year? Let them go and think about what they've done. There has to be a sustainable or sustainable action that we take for these people. There's no room for racism. We always parade it whenever a Champions League game starts or whenever a FIFA game starts. There's always banners and the kids walking in with banners saying no room for racism. But when the actual racism happens, what are we doing? What has been done? What are the consequences of a racist, especially in the sport? You look at the Benfica Twitter account, whatever account, they make things worse. They saying the Real Madrid players were far for them to hear whatever their player said to Vinicius Jr. I don't even want to say his name. I don't want to give him credit. How does that even make it right? How are you trying to rectify or make it right and say that they were far away for them to hear whatever happened? Vini Jnr says he ran. MBAPPE after the game came out in an interview and said he said it 5 times. So are you basically saying Vinicius and MBAPPE are liars? They're lying about being racially abused. I don't want to bring this one in, but Argentinian players have been known, allegedly, for being racist. First, it was Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea Football Club having racism on racism. What do you call them? On MBAPPE in the FIFA after the FIFA World Cup, singing a song that was racist. Him and his Argentinian players. And I know a lot of people will come for me, but in the past, there's been players who allegedly accused the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi, of racism. It has been that. So now my question is, when is UEFA or when is FIFA gonna now take action against people? Because now they're painting our sport in a bad image. Instead of me coming here and say, oh, what a great game we watched yesterday, what a beautiful goal by Vinicius Jr. to give Madrid an edge over Benfica in the two-legged quarter knockout stages. I am here discussing a nonsense of a person who thought it is good to racially abuse someone in 2026. And it is still acceptable? That player can come next week and play at the Bernabeu? Nothing happens to them? And Mourinho makes things worse as well. Like, I'm not saying Mourinho is a racist. Personally, I don't believe so, but I don't know him that way. But he said a lot of good things about African footballers. Yeah. But what he said, for Vinicius Jr., always it's him. What are you trying to tell? I tried to say, Mourinho. It's always him. It's like saying women are always the ones complaining about GBV. Does it mean it doesn't happen to them? Or they should be afraid of coming out because people will say, it's always you, it's always you. Is that what you're saying? It's time we stood up to these people. And I think UEFA, FIFA, action must be, sanctions must happen. Look, if I were in position of power, if I were in those offices of UEFA or FIFA or whoever, that nonsense of a guy should come out and have a public apology. I don't care if he says, because he came out and said, no, I didn't say anything. But why did you have your t-shirt like this? Number one, that's suspicious. Even if you didn't say it, you're guilty for like, okay, anyways, must come out, public apology, and he must receive a 6-month ban. 6 months ban. Benfica also should be also punished because it's their player, by the way. They should be punished. Consequences must happen. People must not do things and expect to get away with them. People must not do things because then they know there's not going to be any consequences. If I were in position of power, we want a public apology from the player, both the player and Benfica. Why Benfica? Because Benfica tried to defend their player without even knowing. They should have just said, we understand that our player has been allegedly accused of being we will do our investigations and get to the bottom of this. Done, dusted. Done, dusted. You are like me and you here. We like, guys, you cannot say Vinicius just like acted like that if nothing was said to him. Ran that all the way to the keeper, to the referee, sorry. For someone just saying, we're not Maropatla. For someone to say, what a beautiful goal. That, anyways, let me know what you think, guys. I think this is unacceptable. And we are with you, Vinicius. And we need to put a stop to racism in our sport. And the only way to do that is to have consequences for players, or even anyone who's doing that. They need to be charged. They need to ban from the sport, ban from the stadium. Why are spectators or supporters, when they are found to be doing this racist things, some of them are being sent to jail, some of them are being banned from stadiums for life? But why can't we do the same with players? How are players special? Action must be taken. Let me know what you think, guys. It's been, look. Until we meet again.